They haven't had sex in a while. She thinks it's because of the therapy. She doesn't even...
Well, she knows he's got another woman on the side. They just don't talk about it. It's like, I mean, she kind of throws it at him once in a while.
Well, last season, he told her that he ended his affair to Carmela.
Uh-huh.
So she might think that they're just not having sex because of therapy.
A woman
at this
knows.
Point. I mean, who knows?
A woman knows.
But sometimes a woman doesn't want to know.
Every formula.
Coming at you live from Venus. Uncle Dre and Auntie Chris bring you Gangster Goddess Broadcast.
Let's go. You're so stupid.
Look what I found. Where are we?
Oh my God.
Your husband's recording studio.
It's our studio. It's the Gangster Goddess
I found
Broadcast
a tambourine.
Studio. Gangster Goddess Broadcast Studio.
I wanted to shake this tambourine.
I'll shake that tambourine.
You know why I want to shake a tambourine?
Why?
It's our first day back to a Soprano rewatch.
Oh, you're good.
Huh?
You're good, eh?
What am I going to do with this? I don't really know. Will you wear it as a necklace, please?
You're so silly.
Just wear it as a necklace.
God, I'm going to seriously...
How much is that fucking up the mics? I bet everybody wants to kill me in here. Okay, we'll start the show. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Gangster Goddess Broadcast with
Uncle Dre and Auntie Chris.
Oh, God, we've been working all day.
Yes, we have been.
We're tired. Hold on, let me just brush my mustache out. Hold on. Oh, here are my notes. Rewatch time.
No, well, let's talk about this.
Today's episode of Gangster Goddess Broadcast is brought to you by
TUSHY.
Wow, Chris, that's so sexy when you say that.
TUSHY.
Wow, she's whispering.
You like it.
I do.
TUSHY.
We'll talk about Hello Tushy later.
HelloTushy.com.
Oh,
Later.
okay.
TUSHY.
Let's get back to the episode, Krishner.
I love saying that.
Freak.
It's so stupid. TUSHY.
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 I love our sponsors. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to go back to Soprano World. Bye.
What this week got you busted, and then did you readjust from it? Let's go to our little first segment that we always do. What was your busted and readjusted? If you would like me to start, I can.
I think you should start because I feel like you kind of had a busted day today.
Okay.
By the way, I can
first
smell you from here.
Oh, stop it.
I'm just kidding. She's so clean. I'm the smelly one.
Okay. First show, getting everything together. Not first show, but first rewatch back in the space. Lots going on. The water main broke. Fun. So there's been no water. I actually
Brushed your teeth in a puddle.
No, I have a saltwater pool. I'm not joking.
Oh, it is saltwater?
Yeah. I got a bucket of water from the pool, like a little bucket or a bowl of water. And I literally had to brush my teeth in the sink with a bucket or bowl of salt water from my pool. And then I realized I had to shower.
You still look hot.
I totally just, instead of showering today, it's so bad.
You went swimming?
I went swimming.
Nice.
And I went in the jacuzzi. It's like
Did you go swimming naked?
It was kind of cold. It was like a cold dip. No, I did not go naked.
A naked swim?
No, but
because you were taking a bath.
Dirty.
We don't bathe in your bathing suit. You bathe naked.
Well, you do whatever you got to do when you're water main.
So you put a bathing suit on to take a shower today in the tub?
Basically, yeah.
In the pool?
Yeah. And it's just like I'm yeah.
Whatever.
So you do what you got to do. I still have no water. It's like 5:00 here in LA.
I've peed
Zero
in every
water.
one of your toilets.
I know. Thank
I'm
you.
marking my territory. But I'm well trained because I'm used to living on a tour bus. So all my toilet paper went in the garbage. So you have
great. So it's
Yep.
just completely
And I haven't
gross.
washed my hands.
Oh my God. I hope the water goes back on. I know. Thank you. Oh my God. By the way, we're out of quarantine. No, we're quarantining together now because we've been really safe. We got tested. We're all good. And we want to do the podcast together. Enough of this separation.
I know, but the numbers are rising.
The numbers
again.
are rising. We have to stay home, but you can, we're quarantining safely together.
It's weird for us to be off of Zoom, guys. It's very strange. I mean, with our last two episodes with Michael, it felt kind of nice to revisit Zoom for a second.
I know.
Because that's our comfort zone now.
Totally.
But it's weird to be in a room with some lights and cameras.
And you?
You're real funny. TikTok.
No more TikTok.
Chris, TikTok.
It's only going to happen.
Chris, TikTok.
TikTok. I'll TikTok. What is your busted and readjusted this week?
I don't know. I'm not feeling very busted. You know, we're overwhelmed right now
Yeah.
because we've been launching the new podcast and stuff and doing all kinds of work stuff. We're doing it all by ourselves, so including editing and all that sort of stuff. We
So
have
make sure you
rock star
support us.
boyfriends and husbands
Yes.
that are doing everything. We just figure in this quarantine, what else are we going to do? So we're all really hustling to pull this thing together.
So wait, let me say this. So we have gone rogue, and it's all on our own. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on Patreon now. I don't really even know how it works. We're still figuring that
You're very
out.
charming when you talk.
I'm trying. No, I'm not trying to be charming. I'm trying to be informative. Am I informative? That's what I want to be.
I don't know. I just want to go sit behind the camera and watch
my
you talking
God,
to the
just
camera.
stop it.
You look like an old movie star.
I do?
Yep.
No, I don't.
Old movie star.
Thank you. I'll take
With the
it.
microphone in your face.
You just like this.
Everybody, those lips. I mean, I might have said it before. They're Chris's on our logo. I love
Logo
our logo.
lips.
Yep, she has logo lips,
They call me Logo Lips, Chris.
and I have the intro voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
like
the
it.
voice. You got the voice. I got the lips. Together we'll make a good pair.
Oh God! Hold on.
Oh gosh.
I feel a yawn coming.
So God.
I need my
stupid.
tambourine. Hold on. Give me my tambourine.
All right, let's get into the episode 13 recap so we know where we left off.
I'm
'Cause we
also
are-
not used to these mics,
I know.
guys.
We're starting with season 2, episode 1, because in our old podcast, we ended there.
Yes, we did all of season 1. It was fantastic. You guys can hear it if you look us up. And yeah, now.
Well, I think that people are going to want to hear our stories. So next week or soon after, we'll be coming up with our own Busted and Readjusted with just you and I on it, explaining our
yes.
story and why we ended up doing our own thing. Gangster Goddess Broadcast versus Made Women, which we loved.
Yes, and what I mean, yes, you can also see hear our other podcast that was called Made Women, but on this one, we were always a relate. We called ourselves more of a relate than a rewatch because we don't really go through scene by scene. Oh, I mean, we do go through scene by scene, but we relate the fabric of the show to what's happening in the world or to our lives and just how timely the show has always been. But now we're sort of encapsulating it in our new segment, which is called Busted and Readjusted. So we're looking at all the characters of the show, which is actually the thing that you were talking about when we were rethinking how we wanted to handle the show, which was looking at the characters.
Yeah.
So we're really looking at the characters and seeing how they're busted and readjusting. And
we're examining the characters.
Yeah.
A little deeper, just a different way. It's a little bit of a different show.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think with this episode, as much as we're dying to do a relate like we normally do, this is going to be possibly shorter than our normal ones, but who knows? I'm so long-winded that it could go forever.
It's
the
not
producers
going-
in the room are looking at me like I'm crazy. No, they're not.
Wait, but I want to say, tune in next week to hear. We're getting a ton of DMs and emails about what happened to Made Women and why we started, why we went off on our own. We're going to answer all those
You
questions.
want to tell them right now?
No, we're going to answer all those. This is a rewatch. This is a Sopranos rewatch. We're sticking to that. Cracking the
girl.
whip. So just tune in next week, and you can hear you can get the full explanation. So everyone doesn't have to DM or wonder why. We just want to put it out there in one episode.
Well, Chris and I will do a mini episode on us. We don't have to do a full episode because we don't want to. We want to sprinkle our lives out throughout the series.
But this is just going to be answering and getting to know us and why we feel busted and readjusted. And the new show is something special to us. Okay,
Yes.
that's all I want to say.
Anyhow.
I'm done. Good night.
Okay. All right now. So we have our season 2 of The Sopranos, episode 1. Guy walks into a psychiatrist's office. Originally aired January 16th, 2000, written by Jason Cahill and directed by Alan Coulter, I was going to have him for this episode, but we were readjusting.
Yeah, we're pivoting.
We're pivoting. So Alan will come on later, and he's an old buddy of mine. He reminded me on the phone that we had done a lot more together than just The Sopranos, and I didn't even really realize it. So we'll be having him at some other point. But for this episode, I felt like it's not a Soprano subtext heavy episode.
No.
It's a lot of what we like to call in the business. I know you're going to like this one, Chris. Laying pipe.
Yeah, laying pipe.
But I don't think
I've got some jokes around laying pipe. Just joking. Just go.
Kushner. Go ahead. Why don't you tell your...
I don't have a joke.
Why don't you tell your pipe stories, huh?
You got some pipe stories.
Listen, I'm just going to be quiet. But anyhow, laying pipe in the business means exposition. There's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of story being built right now. So it's information. I wouldn't even say it's really laying pipe because if a writer heard me say that, they'd be really pissed off. Because you can feel it when someone's laying pipe in an episode. Like you can feel the story set up because people don't know how to do it seamlessly and beautifully. However, the writers on The Sopranos do everything seamlessly and beautifully. And you never even feel like a story is actually being set up.
Oh, it's great.
I do just want to preface the beginning of this episode with, this was our second season. I had a credit in the opening credits as a series regular for the first time. It wasn't like I was just being added because I was heavy in an episode in season 1. I was actually a series regular now. So when I saw my name on the big screen, and I didn't just see my name on the big screen, guys, I saw my name on the big screen. I think it was at the Ziegfeld because it was the first show in the history of television that started doing these massive premieres. The show got so big, so fast, and I remember watching that episode. I'm not sure if it was the Ziegfeld or Radio City, but our premieres were at Radio City for a couple of years in a row. If I'm remembering correctly, I could be wrong. Other cast members would know better than I because I was so busy being a rock star and partying. True story. But we watched it on the big screen. And seeing the opening of, hearing Sinatra's song, it was a very good year. And I mean, in my mind, I was thinking, yes, it was.
It must have felt like a dream, right?
It was wild. And to be in that big,
surreal.
and I was nervous, I have photo albums, real photo albums, the real photos. And of us in the limo. They sent limos. My parents, my family was all still alive. My grandma, my uncle, my father, all these people that have since passed. And it was so exciting. We had like 20 tickets to the premiere.
That's great.
Every rock star was there and actors. And we were just like, why is everybody here for our little TV show?
You're like, what's happening? I was just supposed to be a hostess.
It was crazy.
I was supposed to be a hostess.
I know that I got to be a part of it.
Oh my God, that's
but
great.
I'll tell you this, watching the show on a big screen with a lot of people in a movie theater, it didn't translate the way that it does when it's on your small screen in your living room.
In your home.
Because you get so used to these characters and you're so used to living with them in your house and you feel so tight with them. And then you take them onto the big screen and it's so glamorous and something doesn't work. Because The Sopranos wasn't glamorous.
Well, it's not,
it wasn't glorifying anything. It wasn't Goodfellas. It was the regularness. And the regularness got siphoned out a tiny bit on the big screen. Anyway, okay, so into episode 13, as some call it, or season 2, episode 1. Guy walks into a psychiatrist's office. Normally we go crazy on the title. We don't really have to go crazy on the title. This is going to be an easy episode to dissect. It's not going to be one of our psycho examinations because it doesn't have that kind of heaviness underneath. They're really just setting up the series.
It's not an intense episode.
No, they're setting up the series.
Setup. Yeah, I mean, this is where we meet
lots of new characters.
It's a family. The theme is obviously the regularness. Did I say it?
Yes, the regularness
of life.
The montage is perfect, and some people don't like montages.
This was great.
I can dig a montage, but it has to be great. This was a great montage.
It's got to be well done, and this was well done for sure.
It was the slow pace of it, and you're seeing, and again, relating back to our theme of busted and readjusted, you're sort of seeing how the family has readjusted to their new status quo. Yeah. Tony has had a hit on him by his mother and his uncle.
Oh my God.
His family is no longer what it once was. He doesn't have a therapist anymore. Pussy's coming back for the first time.
It's a lot.
So there's a lot. Janice is showing up on the scene. Aida Turturro, who is one of my all-time favorites.
She's coming on. We're getting her.
We'll get.
Her acting in
phenomenal.
This is just so that's why people don't know, but I like hammer you about her constantly.
You will love her.
I'm just obsessed with her acting in this. Like, she does such a good job of playing Tony's sibling and the Jersey girl she escaped this whole lifestyle into this like foo-foo, crazy cuckoo world, right? She just,
really? You call it the foo-foo, crazy cuckoo, the world that I'm in?
Yeah.
That world?
You're
talking about my world.
Definitely.
Yeah. Maybe my name's Parvati. Maybe my name's Parvati. Parvati, like a cheese.
So stupid. Wait, so this scene that was the opening scene where the stockbrokers in the exam room.
Oh, they opened the whole Wibistics thing.
Oh my God! Wait, the best part was the Asian guy whose name is Christopher Moltisanti. Like, no one. I was like, really?
Immediate deception.
I know, and the guy who's giving the exam, he doesn't even like think that this guy might not be Christopher Moltisanti. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, nice little.
Yeah.
He looks like a Moltisanti.
Anyway, then we go to the montage, right? And when that was great.
Am I supposed to do the episode recap like we usually do? Do you care? Should I do it? Should I just do it?
Don't
just in
even
case?
ask. Just go.
Well, maybe some people don't remember what the season 2,
they
summary
got it.
is.
Guess
Should
what
I give the summary like I used to do?
No, this is a new show.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Go.
All right.
Livia in the hospital. We go to Junior in jail. Melfi seeing patients at a motel. By the way, that motel is in Wayne.
Oh, I forget what comfortable here. Hold on.
I forget what the motel's called, but in high school, that motel that they are at, and it's so crazy. I swore again. Jesus.
Am I allowed to sit like this?
You can sit however you want. This is our studio, man.
Okay.
Relax. That motel in high school, we used to rent out rooms and party.
Oh, in that same motel that she was in?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yes, I think it's called the Wayne. Please write in and let me know what the name of the hotel is, because I'm sure someone will, or DM me or something. But yes, it was called. They even showed the name of it. I don't know if it's the real name, but that was the motel. I remember what it looked like.
What'd you do in there?
It was like on the outskirts of Wayne, New Jersey, and we all used to get rooms and like party, drink. I mean, we were young.
We didn't do that kind of stuff when we were little.
We would wake up early. I just remember this in high school. We would actually wake up early when we were like juniors, I think. So we all had our cars and our licenses. And we would drive to a park at like 7 a.m. so we can drink for an hour before school.
At 7 a.m?
It was so stupid. I think
you guys were more crazy than me.
I mean, we would have like a wine cooler or two.
A wine cooler for breakfast, like a mimosa.
It was so stupid. Or if school got out early, we would do that. We would do it before. I mean, you're crazy kids. You do stupid things. But I remember waking up early. I'm like, why are we meeting early?
Early.
Maybe I have that backwards.
School.
I'm sure someone from high school will listen to this and be like, "No, Chris, you're dyslexic."
Maybe you guys
it
went
was
to smoke
after
weed in the morning. That wake.
No, that was the weed thing. Was sorry, Mom and Dad. The weed thing was during like gym class. We would like pretend to write a letter from our parents. Like, Chris is a sore ankle.
Chris has her period today. Yeah. I had my period
and then we would
every
leave
day.
And then go and all meet somewhere and smoke weed or something.
Oh yeah,
the weed. As my mom. Are you on the pot?
We were allowed to smoke cigarettes in our school in the senior commons.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, shut up.
We were allowed to smoke cigarettes in a Catholic school, Loyola in Manhattan.
That's crazy.
We wore uniforms and all the seniors
Those
smoked.
nuns didn't give a
We had nuns there, but no, it was a thing. The seniors earned the privilege to smoke cigarettes, but that was over by the time I turned to a senior.
Okay.
When I was a freshman, the seniors were smoking, and that was the last year of it. So I used to hang over the divider and just take drags of everyone's cigarettes.
It's funny. Smoking cigarettes was never my thing.
Good
Not
for
in
you.
high school. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yep,
I grew up
never
with
my thing.
with packs of Vantage everywhere. I mean, chain smoking parents. My mother's night table drawer, cigarettes put out in the drawer.
We were like mixed berry wine coolers and beers. There you go. And weed. Everybody. We
were wild. Anyway,
Anyway,
back to the episode as we digress, like we always do. The montage. So yeah, we have a lot of busted and readjusted moments here, and we also just have, we have
Christopher blowing lines. Speaking of drugs.
Yep, we're setting that up because that's going to become a theme throughout the series
he's
for
got
him.
an
It's already
addiction
been set up.
Carm in the kitchen.
I love Carm in the kitchen and the passage of time where she's wearing 2 different outfits and she looks kind of happy in one and kind of sad in the other. Tony is back with Irina.
Oh yeah,
Is the laundry part of the montage or no? Is that another scene when he's emptying when he's taking his shirt off? Oh no, he is. That's in the montage, and that is a famous. For me, and that's not a famous scene. It's a memory emblazoned in my head because my mom would always talk about my dad, not my dad, her father, my grandfather, would always change his shirt before he went to my grandmother's bedroom.
Of course, because he was.
And she would always say, "That's good mother." You know, you got. Anyways,
this is with the gamas.
Yeah, always with the gamas.
So then we see Carm when she wakes up. Speaking of gamas, she looks at Tony, and then they turn away from each other.
Great
that
moment.
sets up the whole episode for the conflict that between the two of them and
That's
how
it.
she's feeling. You know.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
And she's already. Yeah, they haven't had sex in a while. She thinks it's because of the therapy. She doesn't even.
Well, she knows he's got another woman on the side. They just don't talk about it. It's like, I mean, she kind of throws it at him once in a while.
Well, last season he told her that he ended his affair.
Yeah.
To Carmela.
Uh-huh.
So she might think that they're just not having sex because of therapy.
A woman
at this
knows.
point. I mean, who knows?
A woman knows.
But sometimes a woman doesn't want to know.
She knows, but it seeps in her brain every once in a while, like in the morning when they wake up and they turn away from each other.
If we're going to relate, we may as well just go right into it.
Okay. Anyway,
but we can relate to cheating and all that for the next 6 seasons of The Sopranos because that happens nonstop. So we don't need to digress right now.
Okay.
So now we have.
I'm getting the newspaper.
Which is, again, the regularness of his life, but now it's interrupted. And for the first time, you see him doing something that's his everyday routine, and now fear sets in.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the first time you see that in the opening of season 2. It's a great way to highlight that regular scene of him always walking down that driveway, and boom, there's a moment of...
What car is that?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I love that scene.
And I love that that's how they bring Pussy back. Bam. There he is.
Yep. Well, I mean, not quite, though.
No, he's back. I mean, the first couple, he's in the first,
even with the barbecue, the way Tony's staring at him. But I guess you also don't know if it's just his panic attack setting in or if he's actually suspecting something.
I don't mean that Pussy's not an informant. I'm just saying he's back. They just brought him right back in. Like, he was gone for a while. He disappeared. He ran. Everybody thought he was a rat. And that's how he shows up.
Yes.
Bam. Episode 1, season 2.
He's back.
So.
And I love him.
Yeah, I love him too.
I love him.
I don't like that he's an informant, but I love him. And then we're at inside the Sopranos house with Tony and Pussy.
Yeah, and he says to him that he suspected that he couldn't trust Tony the minute that he came to his house and said, "I'm your friend. I'm your friend." Remember when Tony goes to his house and he brings the pastries?
Yes.
That was it. That was the moment Pussy knew he couldn't trust Tony.
Well, it's a thing with the mouth again, with Boca and all that. Everybody was talking. He heard everybody calling him a rat. He knew that if he stuck around, he needed the dust to settle for a second so he can come back and explain.
Right.
And he says he knew everyone thought he was a rat, so he ran for a second. And he was with some 20-year-old or something, did he say?
Yeah, I don't know how many of that stuff is even true.
It's all bull, yeah.
But Pussy's definitely readjusting. He's realigning himself there to be able to get all the information he needs to become to go on the lam eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd probably go into witness protection.
I guess. I mean, that's just, I think he's just struggling between two worlds right now. And that's coming out with his back pain.
It's all his back pain. It doesn't even work later on when he gets the operation and everything. But I'm jumping ahead.
You are jumping.
Sorry.
Okay. So, then we're.
Have you ever had a friend in your life that you've been suspicious of, Chris?
I mean, who hasn't? Is that I'm going to answer your question with a question. I mean, how many friends? That's the question. How many friends have you had in your life
You know what's
Have
funny?
you ever had a friend? Okay, have you ever had a friend in your life that you haven't been suspicious of?
No, I don't.
I'm joking.
I'm never suspect of any of my friends. It's usually my really close friends that have to say to me, "Watch out for that one. That one's a snake," because I always see the good in people way before I see any of the bad stuff, and that's to my detriment usually.
That is you. That is you.
And I'm surprised about that because I always think of myself as like this tough balls to the wall kind of girl.
No.
But I'm really not.
You're
I
not.
really see the beauty in everything first, and then then it'll all crumble before my eyes. And I get betrayed a lot.
I pride myself on being really good with people's energy.
You are really good about that.
I feel it like it smacks me in the face.
And I think you're being negative sometimes. I'm like,
I know.
she suspects everyone. And I'm like, everyone's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I know. I know you are.
I'm like, how did I become that guy? That everyone's beautiful, man.
No, but I mean, I see the light. Look, no one needs to be perfect, but
even when someone does something wrong, or, even say, okay, if I was being cheated on, looking back on situations like that, I totally understand why. Maybe I'm a sucker, maybe I'm an idiot, but I would totally even understand what was that person's journey? Why did they do that? As opposed to, you're just a hole. Like, you just don't do that. Like, it's so closed-minded. Like, if someone is backstabbing me, I would always think, well, where are you coming from with that? Like, it's not so much that I don't really think about it as being about me. Do you know
it's
what I mean?
not. Because it never is. But for me, and when I'm talking about energy, if there's a person in my life or a person that I'm close to you, and if I see another person around you that is putting that energy on you, I'm going to say something to you.
So we got to take a break from the Soprano rewatch. I need a little break for a second. I need to talk about our sponsors, TUSHY. Okay, first of all, this is genius. It's genius. And I know that we've already done an ad for them already.
Yeah.
But I hadn't fully
experienced.
No, I hadn't fully experienced it because I even said, I thought it was just for your butt. This is like a good way to keep your butt clean. Toilet paper is archaic. We all know this. I mean, if you're not using wipies, but now you don't even need wipies.
Oh my God.
Especially in the coronavirus days. But I didn't know there was a lever that could clean your.
Oh my God.
And Chris. Do you remember when you discovered the bidet in the 80s?
Yes.
Or the early 90s? Or like the jacuzzi jets when you're a kid?
So now we're getting into your butt. Now we're getting into Dre DeMatteo's butt routine.
No, this is not my butt routine. This is my routine. Forget about the butt.
Your routine,
I kind of didn't want to get off the toilet. And I thought, oh no, I better get off the toilet because then I'm probably not going to want to fool around later because you can, that's, yeah. Yep. That is,
oh my God.
I mean, am I allowed to say this?
I don't know. I thought we were going in a different direction, but go for it.
Wow. For those of you who know what I'm talking about without me having to say it, I'm just going to shut the now. And Chris, I want you to read me some of TUSHY's their quotes and their taglines. We don't normally do this because we like to talk about the product, but I'm so obsessed with their taglines because they don't give a literally. What's the
is your butt ready for a late night booty call, Dre? Is it?
It's not? And what if it's not? What if it's gamey? What if you have a gamey?
Poor Robbie.
Okay, go ahead. Read me another
one. We're done with douchebags, right?
Oh.
I mean,
do you remember douchebags, by the way? Do you remember people that used to be people with douche?
I know. I don't, but I don't.
We're done with douchebags.
We're done with douchebags. No, I think they're talking about like douchebags, like men, like douchebags. Like we're done with douchebags.
I don't know. It's just anybody that has the word douchebag in an ad is my kind of.
You deserve better.
Product.
Something more sophisticated, forward thinking, and sexy. Enter the Hello Tushy bidet attachment. Because it's an attachment.
Oh, I know. I know. I don't know that I can ever live without my TUSHY.
Fully enjoying it.
Again. And you guys should probably know that you could take care of yourself in a lot of ways on the TUSHY.
On the TUSHY?
On the TUSHY.
Yeah. On the Tushy. HelloTushy.com.
Oh, it feels so good when you clean your after fooling around with that thing.
Gangster Goddess.
It puts out the fires.
It's like
puts out a fire.
Fresh. Hello Tushy is fresh. Yeah. HelloTushy.com/Gangster Goddess, 10% off.
No more UTIs, no more stinky,
fresh,
no more gamey,
fresh butt. And thanks to us at Gangster Goddess, you get 10% off. You're welcome.
Chris, let me see your butt.
Your butt is welcome.
Chris, let me see it.
Your butt is welcome. Your butt is welcome. All of our are because of Gangster Goddess and Hello Tushy.
Wait, and the towels, the little towels they give you with the
you have to order them. Yeah.
First of all, it's so easy to put into your toilet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so awesome to have this little hose that squirts up onto your private parts. I love it.
Yeah. Dre's going to do a demonstration on our next episode. So
I would like to do a demonstration.
Tune in to episode 4 when Dre demonstrates the Tushy attachment.
I love it. And the little bamboo towels.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
so
I love it. I'm a fan. Okay, let's get back to the Soprano episode. I could talk about.
I know you could.
I could talk about this this product all day, and I just kind of want to get home and I want to finish the Soprano rewatch so I can get back home to my Tushy.
To your Tushy attachment and Tushy. HelloTushy.com/Gangster Goddess, 10% off for a clean Tushy.
Okay. But this situation with Pussy and Tony,
bring it back, Dre. Bring it back.
He would rather not have to squeal on his friend.
No.
So he has to convince himself that Tony's a piece of in order to do what he needs to do. And this will progress as the series goes, as the season goes.
And Tony's trying. He's trying to give him so many chances, but he feels the energy. He knows. The way he looks at him in the end of the barbecue.
But we don't know. You don't know if that's Tony still going into panic mode because he just lost his temper the way he did over Janice.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a twofold thing.
So much deception. Deception. That's where we're at right now. And it's setting all of that up. Who are going to be Tony's, I guess, antagonists throughout this season. Livia is now in the hospital and she's dead to him. So she really can't do much damage. Junior's in jail. Mm-hmm. He can't really do much, although he could call things from the street, but I don't think he really has much power. His dignity has sort of been taken away. And Tony's sort of sitting pretty right now. He's acting. What did Michael say? Because we're not sure, but it said on the show.
Francesi?
It said street boss.
He said he was a street boss.
No, he said street boss wasn't correct. Francesi said it wasn't correct
episode.
terminology.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
acting boss. He's acting boss now.
He's acting boss.
Yeah, he's acting boss because Junior's
away.
Well, Junior's getting out. We know that soon.
But anyhow, so yeah, then we have Janice, who's perfectly positioned to take Livia's place. She even takes her place at the dinner table eventually this season. Mm-hmm. But they throw this big party for her arrival. But anyway, we'll get there.
So wait,
let's see where we are. I don't even know where we are.
Oh, the fake.
We've digressed again.
We always do. Upstairs in the Soprano house, Tony tells Pussy that Junior's under indictment on 12 RICO charges, tax evasion. And then Philly Parisi has stepped in to run Junior's crew. Mm-hmm. Right?
Philly Parisi, Dan Grimaldi, friend of my mom's. My mom pretty much was friends with she knew every actor before. She was friends with Junior. She was friends with all these people before The Sopranos started because everybody wanted to be in her plays.
Because she was a gangster goddess.
But she wrote all these Italian-American plays that were amazing. A lot of them about the mafia, a lot of them about just everyday Italian life.
Let's put a picture of your mom on our Instagram and our socials.
We should.
She's a gangster goddess. We'll put it black and white with our whole motif. We'll put it up there.
She would like that. Her dementia, she has dementia. I've mentioned this in the last podcast. I think a lot of it's been brought on by her childhood with her life in the mob. And when her family all finally died, she kind of died with them.
Well, yeah.
Her brain shut down. I think she just couldn't deal with the memories of her past. And she kind of just took off. This is a highly intelligent woman who wrote insanely beautiful plays about the mafia. Pretty crazy stuff. Anyhow, digressing, as I usually do.
Okay, the fake drop-off at the airport. I love that.
I like that
had
one.
to watch that a few times.
That was a good
to
one.
be like, what's happening? He's getting out with the suitcase, and I was like, rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind, play.
Yeah, there's Gigi Sistone, who's played by John Fiore. He's wearing those skin-tight pants.
Oh, he's
Can we take
cool.
a break and talk about his skin-tight? Because he looks kind of hot in those pants.
He's charismatic.
He's got a nice big meaty
He's got
ass.
a little charisma. He's got a bubble butt.
He's handsome. Anyway, Dan Grimaldi, who plays Philly Parisi. David Chase loved his character so much. He loved his acting. Dan Grimaldi, my mom's old friend, that he ended up bringing him back later as a twin brother called Patsy.
Oh.
So Patsy ends up being on the show for a while. But anyhow, I liked that whole storyline. It reminded me of our conversations with Michael Franzese about people spreading rumors, gossip. You know, we didn't really get a chance to walk through the episode with him because we were supposed to do this episode with him, guys. But
we spoke for 3
got
hours.
So caught up, and we didn't want to keep him for the rewatch because it's not a very in-depth rewatch.
It's the real deal.
Yeah.
His life is the real deal. So we just wanted to focus on him, which was the right move because what a great interview that was.
Yeah, so a lot of these things, there's not much depth to what's going on. There's just sort of getting us from point A to point B. We see Melfi in the hotel. Another little tidbit there.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
Her patient is Terry Winter, who is one of our #1 writers on The Sopranos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he also wrote lots of Boardwalk Empire, and he's one of my favorite writers of all time.
She's so bored with him. She's bored with it. Like, she's Mrs. Tony. Not really, but a little bit. Like, she's just like...
Do you really believe that she would be conducting her therapy
No. In a motel? No.
It's almost like passive-aggressive. It's like, my life is a mess. I'm just going to conduct my whole thing out of this. I'm just going to go to this terrible hotel.
Little hotel outside the outskirts of Wayne, New Jersey. Like, literally.
Where Chris used to get hammered.
Where I used to get hammered on wine cooler.
God only knows what else.
Yeah. I'm not even going to go there because my parents are still living, thank God.
Oh, it's okay. You're almost 50.
Yeah, I'm almost 50. Anyway, yeah. So that's where Tony finds her. And he calls her from a payphone at the hotel. And he tells her it's safe to go home because he just killed the guy who was gossiping. And, you know, he took care of it for her.
I like when she says to him, how many more people have to die for your personal growth?
Oh, it was so good. That's the diner scene. We're going to get there.
Yeah.
So then
we're actually going scene by scene. I mean, I didn't expect to go scene by scene.
No.
So I feel like we don't really have to anymore.
We don't do anything.
But I do want to go into this next scene. Only because Adriana says to him...
What? The stock... when Christopher's sleeping in the stockbroker office?
She goes, something like, hey, EF, or
EF
I'm
Hutton.
listening. She would never know who EF Hutton is or his slogan.
Well, no, but yes, she would because it was so popular on TV. This is EF Hutton. I didn't really watch. A commercial. Am I right, Dave? You can talk on the podcast.
Back then in the 80s, it was...
It was EF...
Yes.
Well, no, the show was in the 90s.
But Dave, what was the slogan on the TV? Does anyone remember
when EF talks, people listen.
When EF talks, people listen. And it was a commercial that everyone...
But when?
I don't remember, but back then.
I don't know. I never watched
that's why
anything. I remember Crazy Eddie and Phil Rizzuto from The Money Store.
Oh, of course. This is Crazy Eddie.
Yeah. Phil Rizzuto.
You're Crazy Eddie.
Late night.
You're the woman, Crazy Eddie. I always say that Dre...
I'm going to hit you with my mic.
I always say that Dre's a cross between like Howard Stern. That's what, you know...
And Crazy Eddie?
No, Crazy Eddie. You're
what
like
about
the
Robin
woman.
Bird? This is the Robin Bird show.
Okay. Anyway,
that
Christopher...
would be sick. Let me put on
Christopher's working.
My twedgy underwear.
Christopher's working as a compliance officer. Do you like how I just keep on going when you get crazy?
Just stop me. Just talk over me, please.
Christopher's working as a compliance officer for an investment firm selling worthless stocks to senior citizens.
Oh, this is the first time we see Tweedledee and Tweedledum, too. Or as they call them, Chippendale.
And this is the new business, right? We see that Tony now, they have moved into selling stock to these seniors.
To the elderly, right?
That's kind of bullshit.
That's where we meet Lilo Brancato, who's an old friend of mine. Because I wouldn't say, I mean... We did a movie together. We didn't really work together on The Sopranos, but we did a movie together with Abel Ferrara years ago, and boy, oh boy, was that an experience. And he's going to come on and talk about it, and we'll have a good time with him.
Well, he has a crazy story too, right?
Yes.
I mean, I put in my notes that he was sentenced to 10 years in prison for his involvement in an attempted burglary that led to a shooting death of an NYPD officer.
Yeah.
The guy who he went in to burglarize something with, who shot the bullet, went for life. Went to jail for life. I mean,
I know the whole story.
I was telling
Crazy.
I can't wait to get into it with him, but I was telling my husband about the notes and stuff like that. And I was like, what a bad decision. He must have been drunk, high or something. And he made one
there was definitely a lot of partying going on there. And not good partying. It wasn't like, let's party.
It's heroin or something, right?
Yeah, we were all, yeah.
And no, Lilo, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, when we did the Abel Ferrara movie together, you know what? We're teasing
this is Lilo stuff.
We're teasing it. We're going to talk about this later.
All I'm saying is he went to jail for like 8 years.
Yes,
and that's a crazy story. I mean, going from Sopranos to prison for 8 years, this kid, this good-looking, charismatic.
Well, I asked him, do you want to come do a rewatch or do you want to do a busted and readjusted? And he said, people don't want to remember any of that. Let me just do a rewatch with you. And I thought, no, you got to, maybe after he sees Franzisi's interview, maybe he'll want to do it because
I mean, that's
his
a story.
His story's more about, overcoming this situation.
And that's what we're about.
He's really readjusted his life so much.
Oh, he should be proud of that. Yeah, we need to talk to him.
It's great. I did a documentary for him. I can't remember the name of it. But it's about his story. And I tell the story about he and I doing the Abel Ferrara movie. And that was a wild time. But I'm not going to get into it. We'll get into it with him.
So we're at the Bada Bing.
But that's the first time you see them. And these two, they're like two total morons. The Sean and Matt, the two
pathetic.
characters.
All they want to do is be in the...
They call them Chip and Dale. But I like to call them Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah. I mean, they're just... All they want to do is get in that mob.
Oh, before we move on.
Yeah.
In that scene with the Wibbistics and the boys, and when Christopher leaves with Adriana, and then he beats that boy up, that boy, another actor that was in one of my mother's plays.
Oh, wow.
I could not believe it. I was like, Jesus, they're everywhere. It's all these New York actors.
Yeah.
And he's a fantastic actor, and I cannot remember his name, but he was an amazing actor. Yeah, in my mom's play.
Fun fact, Dre.
Fun fact. Fun fact.
So they're at the Bada Bing, and they're all thanking Tony for the tip, for the stock scam tip. They're like, thank you for the Wibbistics.
When Neil
Hesh.
Mink comes in.
With Hesh, right?
Yeah, and the lawyer.
Yeah.
But they're coming there really to let him know. Well, first of all, you see the lawyers on the take.
Yeah.
So, crooked, law, enforcement, everything. Well, not enforcement,
Law,
but the law.
Lawyer.
But in this scene, you really see the problems that are on the street for Tony. Now, he not only is Junior about to get out.
Janice is back.
He gets a phone call. What does he say that?
$5 grand later when she rain dances back to the commune. Yeah, he gets $5 later because she just, I need money.
I mean, the hippies and the gangsters, man, Tony is never safe.
Never safe.
But anyway,
he's like
she
the most
shows
sane
up,
one out of them all.
And she says, Parvati is here. And, the name Parvati. Why would they name her Parvati? So I was trying to think about that because I know that she was Shiva's wife. I know that. This is all Hinduism, guys. It's something that I used to be interested in when I was a youngster. Go ahead, make fun of me with your glasses. Go ahead. Anyway, she always had 4 arms. When she's alone, she has 4 arms. When she's with Shiva, she has 2. And I think she's holding a mirror in one of them, which is always meaningful to me because it's a reflection of some sort. But she was the goddess of fertility, love, beauty, devotion, and children. And she was worshipped for help with parenting. So I thought that's interesting. But, there's so many different theories on aspects of Parvati. But they also say that she burned herself with anger, with her own fire, which I thought was very telling about Janice because she is really enraged underneath all this sort of, you know, you don't run away from home. And, you know, also later on you learn about a little more about her relationship with Livia and the things that Livia will say to her. And then there's the whole thing with Ganesh where she told her son to watch, to stand guard for her. And then Shiva, her husband, came to see her. And Shiva killed the son. Shiva killed Ganesh. But the only way she could bring Ganesh back, they had to replace his head. So they cut the head off of an elephant and put the elephant's head on the boy. And that's what I meditate with is Ganesh, a rose quartz Ganesh. Oh my always.
God. All I know.
Because you know what Ganesh is?
I want chicken tikka masala.
You know what the Ganesh is? The remover of obstacles. You want Indian food now.
It's a chicken tikka masala. Let's go get
too.
Indian food after that. Ooh, look at Dave's tattoo.
Oh, he has a
nice.
monkey Shiva.
Okay, Dave, you need to like show your face.
Shiva?
Like, you guys both need to be on camera.
Wait, Dave, is that Shiva? On your arm? Is it a monkey Shiva?
Yes, kind of. Anyway, bada bing, reunion with Pussy. The guys welcome him back. He says he apologizes for leaving. Pussy's story of being in Puerto Rico checks out. So they're all happy.
What does Stevie say? He goes, "Our true enemy has yet to reveal himself."
Yes.
When he's quoting the Godfather. But, yep.
That's Pussy.
Happening. That's Pussy.
That's Pussy.
But he's like not an enemy. Again,
no.
Like there's still an anti-hero vibe for him. You still love him. You're rooting for him. But yeah, it's no good. It's like Adriana.
And then we're at the Soprano kitchen with Janice. Is this at the party? This is the party, right?
No, this is this is the first time they see each other. This is the first time Tony sees her.
Yeah, and they like totally get
and it's
jump
light.
back in.
It's a very light
it's
scene.
Cute.
It's their relationship set up.
Janice says that she's seeing her therapist, right? He says, I remember he said, "Oh, you look good. You look like a teenager or something." And she's like, "My therapist says I'm regressing." Like as if it's a positive thing, though. Like you never want to regress,
right,
from your therapist, right?
She's getting younger.
Yeah, no.
Hold on.
Oh my God, she's stretching. I'm just gonna keep going.
No, keep going.
Okay, what else?
I'm just getting my pants out of my ass.
Tony got in late. He says he got in late.
Oh yeah, he's teasing her and everything. It's a light scene.
It's cute.
It's a setup. It's just to see what their relationship looks like. It's very cute and sweet. He knows she's there for something.
She said she asked about Livia.
Yeah,
he's like, she's dead to me.
Yeah. What does he say?
She's the devil. He says she's the devil.
He says something about that opera. Well, he says that opera. There was no stroke. What was it? It was no stroke. That opera was brought on by repressed rage. So what was I just saying about Parvati? Repressed rage. She was burned by her own fire.
Yes.
So it kind of ties in, right?
Yes, it does. Okay. Yes, Dre. The answer is yes.
And she says she's in that place. She's on the lamb from me.
Yeah.
Which is true to a degree.
Absolutely.
And we'll learn more about that in the next coming episodes about why she prefers to stay at Green Grove or a place like that. And then he calls her a streg, which is strega, which is a witch.
Oh, really?
And since we're not going to be doing mob lingo at the end of every episode anymore, or maybe we will. We'll see.
We're not.
You know what, guys? Tell us what you want us to do. Like, if you want segments, then maybe we'll incorporate them. Tell us. But we can do the mob lingo as we go, or we can do it at the end. I mean, however you like it. We will still be doing the food thing every now and then. Anyway, a streg is a witch.
We're doing a new food thing. It's a new food thing.
Well, I mean, food is food, yeah. You're going to give Indian recipes now? Indian food recipes? Because now that's what I want to eat, too. After talking about Parvati,
I'm so hungry right now for that.
Me too.
Okay. Anyway, Janice offers to care for Livia, and she asks, of course, for money. I don't remember how much.
Do you see the way she looks at his money when he takes it out? The way she's looking at it?
She's like his daughter.
She's
or
like
something. Yeah, I know.
And he had to fix the car, Tony.
This is where he tells her that he put the house for sale, right?
Yeah, and then he sees that... it's very obvious when he sees the pool cleaner in the pool. And normally his reference to the pool in the first episode of the first season was the ducks. Mm-hmm. And now it's the first episode of the second season and we see the pool cleaner, which looks like a snake.
Yep.
And then Livia will refer to her as a snake later on in the
snake
season.
in the grass.
A snake in the grass.
That I
she
do
should have
remember.
said she's a snake in the pool, that one.
Yeah. Yes. So then we're at Bada Bing, and Tony confronts Chris.
Yeah, it's a quickie. Just letting them know, don't up. You don't, another soldier who he does not play by the rules.
You just tell him who's boss.
Wild
Tony just
cards.
needed to lay into him a little bit. You need to lay into him. He needs to clean up a little bit. Chris,
It's laziness.
Chris is getting a little out of control.
My boobs are really falling out. This is a problem. Can you please keep an eye?
I will.
Oh, Robbie's like, I'll keep an eye.
Okay, so then we go to Olivia's house with Carmen, Tony, and it gets damaged by a bunch of kids, right? They vandalized it, broke some windows, went upstairs. I guess they put on the water, which I don't have in my house right now.
Yeah, you can really see the decay of the house, which I think is sort of symbolic for the decay of their relationship, the family disintegrating, just recklessness, all that sort of stuff. Also, Edie's voice in that episode, she had no voice. Do you notice it? I totally remember that day when we were filming. I must have been working that same week or that day. And I remember hearing her voice so clearly and remembering, oh, wow, she's sick. But then my kids heard my voice when I said, what's up, EF? I'm listening. And Blackjack said, is that your real voice? And I was like, yeah. And normally I talk really high on the show. Like my accent, I talk like this. But I didn't. My voice I talked like this because I was smoking friggin' 6 packs of cigarettes a day on that set.
Oh,
we all were.
Now you're meditating and eating Indian food. Okay. Anyway, this is a great scene because I don't know if this is the first time. So you're making me want to cough because you're talking about cigarettes. So, excuse me. Anyway, Carm is convincing Tony to go back to therapy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she was so against him having that woman therapist, and now she's like taking anything she can get for him because she realizes that he needs some help.
Yeah.
And she can't help him.
And also because
even if it's a woman therapist.
They're not having sex.
They're not having sex. And he's obviously just having sex with somebody else coming home in the morning.
I can't believe he got back together with Irina with the beautiful boobies.
Here we go.
You know I love her boobies.
Yep.
I do. I mean, she's the only woman I've ever seen hanging over a man like that, and her boobs still look gorgeous, and they're real.
They are? I don't know about that.
I think those are real boobies.
I don't think so. We should have a segment called Real or Not Real because everyone in the Bada Bing, not real.
No, you could see in the beginning when Paulie is banging that girl, you can see the bags in her boobs. You can see them
so
move.
Bad. I felt like
painful.
her skin around her boobs because it was like wrinkling. It looked like her skin wasn't thick or something was wrong. No, she stretched her skin out too much.
No, it's just a bad job.
It was just a bad job.
Yeah.
So Chris's office. Chris smooths things out with the manager.
Yeah, with Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yep.
Back with the boys.
And then we're in Livia's hospital room when Meadow visits, right?
Yeah, there's a little setup there. I like when she says, they beat me at night. They beat us at night.
But you know what I found peculiar is that she says that and Meadow doesn't even, if I'm a granddaughter and someone says that, my grandmother says they beat me at night, I'm going to probably ask a question.
I know, I agree.
I'm going to say, wait, what? What, Grandma?
Maybe she's so used to her grandmother just...
I know, but I would still ask. I would say, what are you talking about? What do you mean they beat you? She didn't even flinch. It was like a thing.
She gives her the ring. That's a manipulation tactic.
Yeah.
But I did find it interesting that she was supporting Tony.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, why? I don't understand why. Those are the things that confuse me sometimes. That's where I think she's so conniving and so clever, but yet I wonder if she just really does have somewhat of a genuine side in her old age. I can't tell.
I just think it's her thing. Like she's used to that. Like her whole life, she was probably, respect your father. It's just something she's comfortable with. It's just part of her role. So maybe that, I don't know.
But
it's
she's
confusing.
still in her manipulating way. But Janice is now here to take over that role. Yeah. So and you also see how Junior has somewhat given up on. And we're going to see that later. Things are going to unfold. But
no, you're not going to unfold them and ruin everything for everybody?
I was thinking twice about it. Did you see how I paused?
I know. Thank you. That was really nice.
I'm going to smash this mic into your pretty white teeth and your red lips.
Cha-ching! Can we do a little meme with
Robbie, can we get graphics on her teeth next, please?
God.
Thank you.
I'm going to do it too. Well, there's my teeth in the logo.
I love
But
those
okay,
teeth.
so
Look at that logo.
Tony driving, jamming out, smoke on the water. That was a great scene.
Yeah.
It's cute.
And he's driving by all those burnt out buildings. Again, more decay, more just sort of,
That's parts of Jersey. It's
I know,
great. It's character,
but they
man.
pick that, dude. Like they don't always have to pick it. They can pick a different setting for him to drive on.
Yeah.
Like that's intentionally picked.
You know what I forgot to write down? He crashes, and there's a. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it's a bank, Summit Bank.
But it says something. What is
People find answers, not excuses.
We're talking about the billboard over where he crashes.
Yeah.
And people find answers, not excuses.
Not excuses.
You know
Ginger,
that was
Ginger was like,
deliberate.
look at the billboard. I was like, I don't know if it's relevant or not.
It's got to be. David Chase, there's always something relevant.
I don't know if they would put a billboard up for a scene.
No, I don't think so. But I think they scouted it out.
Yeah.
And was like, this is where he needs to crash because of that saying above. Absolutely.
Yeah, like Pussy. Pussy could find an answer to the situation and maybe not an excuse. And maybe he could have gone to Tony and tried to smooth this out. I always wonder that with informants. Like, why can't you try? Like, why didn't Adriana talk to anybody first before, I guess she did try when she told Christopher, but, anyway.
I liked when the music got slower, like matching his heartbeat and his like panic attack
awesome.
thing. That's
That's
great. The slow motion type of thing. So we're at the therapist's office. The therapist admits that even with the alias of Mr. Spears, he can't. He knows who Tony is, and he's not gonna see him anymore. And then he makes a stupid joke about analyze this.
Yeah, and he's wearing a bolo tie. And his little office is decorated with all his Santa Fe
I thought you were going to say his
accents.
little something else.
And he's in the middle of freaking New Jersey, so he needs to calm
He
down.
needs to calm down.
He needs to calm the down.
That's ridiculous. And then we go to the Sopranos' house for the party. And this is Carm in the kitchen with her mom. What does she say? That's a good one. When the mother says, right?
Remember what she said to you about the wedding. She said that it was a mistake that Tony would get bored with you. This whole scene. And Carmela shakes her head like, yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like she agrees.
Well, she's in it
Yeah.
right now.
Well, she's feeling it. But I do think, at the very top of the scene, they light the barbecue. I questioned that. They light the barbecue. Janice pulls in. So you see this fire flame. You see Janice pull in the green car. And then you go into the scene of the house. They could have just started with Janice pulling in or with the barbecue. But they needed to light that fire, which was 100% to say there's heat on the mother street right now.
Yeah.
With her pulling in, Pussy there, Junior getting out. Things are about to ramp the up. So, yes, now we meet some new characters. We meet Edie Falco's mom and dad. Edie Falco's mom, played by Susan DeAngelis, who I believe, Susan Shepard. Jeez, the character's name is DeAngelis. Susan Shepard, who was an acting teacher, who I adored.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I adored her.
Oh.
Yeah, she was a wonderful lady. I think she also knew my mom.
Everybody, it's like 6 degrees of your
My mom's the mayor.
But then you see Janice and Barbara discussing how Tony's treating Livia. It's weird to me that these both of them left the life, the two sisters.
Yeah, and Barbara's got her number.
They're not your typical
Barbara's
mob
got
daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barb's so normal. She married looks like a mayonnaiser completely. And, Janice is like this hippie chick. And so and Tony was the one left to carry the torch in the mob family.
My mom became the total opposite of what would have been expected for her and her family.
Yeah.
She was considered a beatnik in her day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But, the girl who plays Barbara, when I was a kid, I used to go see the Naked Angels theater company perform all their shows in Manhattan. And her name is Nicole Burdett. And she was one of my favorite actresses in the Naked Angels. And I was obsessed with that theater company. And I wanted nothing more than to be a part of that company.
Aw.
I just want to say that.
Maybe you can get
I was really excited when she was on the show.
Now.
I was so excited when she was playing Barb, and she probably thought I was crazy, but I was like, I'm a really big fan of yours, from back in those days, because that theater company was fantastic. Anyways, it was a New York thing.
I love your little tidbits.
It's a New York thing. And Bocelli is playing, right? That song, I'll Go With You, is the translation of the song. I won't say it in Italian today. How about that? How about I don't do the Italian?
All right. Okay, so then we go to the Tony's grilling with Pussy and Sil, Paulie and Hesh.
Well, before he gets there, he gets pissed off about Janice because she leaves early for that gallery opening in Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's more about, and Carm was trying to look like she was trying to keep her in or something.
Well, she made her a pie with pears. What was the pie? A gut pie? Was it a gut?
No, it was, what was the pie? But it had special pears.
But it was canned pears.
Canned pears, yes.
Not fresh, but canned.
Canned. You got to use the pound cake.
Oh, I got a great pound cake recipe.
Pound cake. We'll talk about that.
We'll put it on the website.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about... Oh, he calls her a pukiak when he's yelling at Carmela.
Yes, he did.
And that's one of my favorite words of all time, pukiak. My father used to say that on a regular basis. That no good pukiak.
I can't say that word.
You can't? Pukiak?
Nope.
You can't say it because you hate it or because you can't pronounce it?
I just can't say it.
Does it bother you when I say it?
No, I can't say I can't pronounce it. Okay, anyway, let's start right here.
So now Carmela says, go out with your friends, get some pleasure. Have some pleasure. Have a beer or something.
Yeah.
And now he's already frazzled. You can tell you don't know if he's going to have a panic attack.
I know. I think he was looking at pussy. I think that the stress of not knowing and getting confused, I think it was putting him into a panic attack. But I think it started with, looking at pussy, like, what the hell's going on here? Is this guy going to sell me down the river? Is he the rat?
You know what I thought? I thought this is more... this is where they bring in all of what they did in season 1, where they have all this ambiguity.
Yeah.
So I felt like you don't know, because you don't know if this is now panic or if it's...
What is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a panic. I thought it was stress going into a panic. Confusion, stress, then to panic attack. And then we're at the bar with Chris, Adriana, and the pathetic stockbrokers who are dying to get into that mafia at all costs.
I was shocked when I saw this scene, actually, because
Why?
I said this in season 1 too. They didn't really 100% have Adriana's voice yet for the show, because she was never meant to be a regular. So she gets developed and she becomes more submissive as time goes on. But I thought she was so submissive, I think. But she really wasn't as submissive as I thought she was.
Oh my God, not in this scene.
I mean, she smacks him right in the face,
he
back.
Smacks her. I mean, this was a whole setup. Like, at first you think the relationship is sweet. It was kind of sweet before this. And now you're saying...
Oh, no, it's passionate.
Yeah. I mean, but he was sweet to her a couple times with different things in season 1.
But he still loves her. You can tell by the way he's looking at her in this scene.
But he smacks her right across the face. Is this like a whole
because she calls him a junkie in front of those two boys.
Well, yeah. Well,
it's
it sets up 2 different things. His addiction problem and a little bit of domestic abuse that's setting in, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I like the fact that she smacked. I'm surprised when she smacked him right back that he didn't grab her by the neck and and she walks away.
Because he can't manage his temper. And made guys, they can't do that.
No.
Nope. They gotta
All
maintain
the research
their tempers.
with Michael, their last interview, you can't even accuse someone of something. You have to cool, calm, and collected.
Totally.
So that was a great scene, and I would like to reenact that smack at some point.
I wish I could remember filming these things. I don't remember.
Well, did you? That was written in, right? The smack.
Yeah. Did you think it wasn't written in?
I don't know.
You thought that I just smacked him back?
I was like, I don't know. That would be something that if anyone would do that, it would be you. Like that's your personality. Like, let me try something crazy here, David Chase.
Impossible.
I'm gonna that's something that you could definitely pull off and would want to try. Like, let's try it my way one time. I'm just gonna try it. Just gonna go out on a limb here and try it my way.
People usually hire me to play roles like that, where I'm smacking someone.
Well, you
in the face.
write that in your head, and then you're like, let me just try it this way, because you just want to smack him the back.
It's possible.
Yeah, I could see.
Was that you just shaking the couch, or was that an earthquake?
No, I went like this because I was talking So then they're at the diner with Melfi. This is a great scene.
Great scene.
Yeah, she's great. She's just such a good actress.
Yeah, I miss their scenes.
Me
already.
too.
Just in episode 1, I already missed their scenes.
I really it's so, what Michael Francesi said, it's like very unrealistic for a mafia boss to ever be in a therapist's office because he would be dead that week, the same week.
You know how I justify it? Because at that point, the mafia was slowly on its downside. Decline, yeah. So I sort of felt like, you know what, maybe it's all right.
Maybe times have changed a little bit.
Maybe because she's Italian. Maybe it's okay. It's like, he's confiding in a nice Italian lady.
Italian from Jersey. It's fine. Okay, so this is where she said that she tells him that one of her patients committed suicide, right? And it's your fault. She's in the ground because of you.
How many more people have to die for your personal growth?
I know. That's a great line. Yeah. And it's true.
And then she says, get out of my life.
Oh, such conviction.
And then he has that pause outside of the diner.
It's weird. It's like they were breaking up. That was like a breakup conversation. Like, meet me at the diner. That looked, and I will always relate every scene to somewhere where I think it was. I think that diner was at the edge of Montclair, right by my father's hotel.
You would know all this stuff. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know Jersey.
I hope that people email or DM or Gangster Goddess Instagram, let us know. But I'm pretty sure that was in Montclair, New Jersey, that diner. Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything
right outside
about
of Montclair State University. And Montclair State University, yeah. Anyway.
I only know about Lodi.
Do you think that's where my grandparents were from? Do you think that Malfoy really wanted him out of her life, or do you think that this is like, is she really done with him?
I think that he would have to really hammer her to get her back.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like it, but
I'm not going to give up any spoilers. I'm just going to.
Oh my God! Thank you.
I'm just going to be quiet, okay?
And then we have that lingering shot of Tony standing outside the diner.
Yeah, and this right after that moment is one of my favorite moments. I love the ending of this episode so much. This is classic Sopranos for me. He goes home. There's nobody home, right? Mm-hmm. He's so awkward. They're both extremely awkward.
Well, I don't think he's awkward. I think he just got broken up with by his other woman.
Totally defeated.
And I mean, I've cheated on boyfriends before and had, maybe in high school.
That's disgusting, Chris.
Okay, well, it's happened. I've never cheated on my husband, so there you go.
Dave?
But if you're running two games and one game cancels the situation,
you run back to the other one.
The other one seems a little shinier for a second.
Yep.
So that's
But
what's
I think
going
it's
on.
even beyond that. I think there was a moment in that one episode where Carmela's freaking out in season 1 about Tony seeing the therapist, and she finally explains to him why she felt the way she did. And they're laying on the lawn chairs, and she said, "I just want to be that person in your life."
Yeah.
And now he's come home. It's the first episode of the second season. And she has become that person in his life.
Only because the other one broke up with him or booted
him. But it's still a moment where you see this defeated man, and you know that she wants to be this person, and she rubs his shoulders.
Oh, it's so
There's
sweet.
very little going on here, and the music doesn't kick in until the very end, which of course is "Time Is on My Side," which is sung by a female,
Irma Thomas.
Yeah, Irma Thomas. Which I thought was an interesting choice because, we have the whole passage of time through this episode and the montage wrapping it up to the early part. And I think that they're talking about having other lovers and stuff like that. So it's a good little tie up, especially for an episode that there's a lot going on because you're getting introduced to so many new characters.
Yeah.
And now we're about to get introduced to even more characters in the next few episodes that are going to come in and shake it up. But ending on that tableau, which I love, and it happens other times on the show, but the two of them sitting there alone in the quiet, eating pasta, her looking at the mail, and just all of what that silence says. It's
such a heavy feeling and a good, it's light, but it leaves you so satisfied. Like I left that scene being like, God, I wish Tony could just stick with Carm and just that relationship,
I don't even think about that stuff. I look at it from a filmmaker's point of view or just a viewer's point of view, and just feeling like, God, thank you for ending on this note and not giving us some manufactured bullshit. Like, I love that it was so
simple,
quiet, and that he comes back to her.
Yeah.
And she is this person in his life right now. And she always will be. She will always be there. She will always be the one.
you see James Gandolfini, like, even though there's not many words being said, but you feel his thought process through his acting. When when he walks in and stands in that kitchen with his hands in his pocket and he's like, his head's kind of down, and he's just like thinking, you feel it. He's not even acting words, but you feel it. It's a wonderful scene. Yeah.
Eyes,
that
body
guy's
language.
He's got it.
I mean, Janice has it tenfold.
Oh my God.
Aida, she's another one.
Janice, and you literally, some people you look at and you're like, God, she could be a crazy person.
She
in
is.
This scene, no, I'm not talking about her in real life, but I'm saying Janice in The Sopranos, like, you just like, there's crazy. She acts in a way where there's crazy behind those eyes. Like, she can flip any second. She's
so
great.
Well.
Yeah,
she plays that character so, and there's nothing about her in real life that is like that.
I know. I don't know.
It's
but
fantastic.
Hopefully I will know when we have her on.
You will love her.
I'm going to keep campaigning to get her on.
That's it for episode 1 of season 2. Tune in next week for episode 2, Do Not Resuscitate, where we check in on Junior in prison, learn more about Livia and Janice's relationship, and witness Pussy's divided loyalties, plus so much more.
Don't forget to hit subscribe and support the show by giving some love to our awesome sponsors, TUSHY and HelloFresh.
Don't say tushy.
TUSHY and HelloFresh. See you next Tuesday. I'm always going to say that because we're on Tuesdays. You know that, right?
No more See on the Turnpike because it's a new show? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Yes. Gangster Goddess Broadcast is a UV Ways and Monkey Mind Music Group production. Produced by Margot Carmichael, executive produced by Drea and Chris, and theme song by UV Waves.